This one. This is called blind perception. He used to peer and peek out of his blinds, although he couldn't see. It was dark, like the darkest crayon in the box, the color white, because he stared at the light for too long. 3 seconds longer than 1, 2, 3. He went blind. He was surrounded by darkness and crippled with no use for crutches. He wasted days wondering when he was going to come to his senses. He wanted to wake up and hear the wedding bells ring. He wanted to wake up and taste what he had been missing, the touchscreen generation. He was all alone, isolating. He wasn't really seeing a lot of friends those days, but then this one day he heard a knock at his door and his heart skipped a beat and he got himself up on his own 2 feet and began to ask, "Who's there?" but stopped himself because he didn't care and opened the door and felt the presence of a familiar man standing there. For this man was an old friend who he hadn't seen in many years, and he was greeted with open arms and a hug, and they both shed tears, a bond so strong that lasted through the ages. They sat and talked for hours about each of their life changes. He laughed at his friend's jokes, and his friend snapped when he spit his favorite poems. And the night drew to a close, and he said, "Your presence is welcome tomorrow, my friend." And the friend said, "Along with my presence, I'm bringing a present tomorrow. You will have a new outlook on life and a firm handshake, followed by good night turned to morning." And he was awakened after a night of dreams filled with affection to childhood memories of his pet dog licking him in the face. But then he heard his friend chuckle. "Here's your present, old friend. It is a seeing eye dog, and his name is Perception. No one can stand in the way of your reality, but perception can guide you through it. Just follow the path that is for you and only you, and you will see so much beauty along the way. Just keep holding on. Keep holding on to perception until the day that you die, because perception will live on forever as long as people continue to open their eyes like you have done today, my friend. Because you're no longer blind. You now have the ability to see. So do not be deceived from this day on." Now, you all might not think there's such a thing as blind perception. Just remember what I said. No one can stand in the way of your reality but you. Just remember the last time you looked in the mirror and saw your reflection.